Right guys, welcome back to Caravan Carpers. You join us here today at Linear Fisheries. We're here for 48 hours for a little bit of winter fishing. It's icy cold. When we arrived it was -3 on the advanced thermometer, so hopefully we get into a little bit of action, maybe have a little winter bite. We'll come back to you when we're all set up. Right guys, welcome back to Caravan Carpers. You join me and Luke. We're down at Linear Fisheries on this cold Tuesday morning. We've been here now for 24 hours. I haven't been fishing for 24 hours yet, as I'll go into in a minute, but we've had quite a good start to the session. We're here with Ben Parker from Parker Baits. He's with us. We've come down to meet him for a bit of a social. I've been doing a lot of his media and stuff like that. And he's in swim 4 at the minute. He managed to get here the night before us, but he's leaving today, unfortunately. Luke decided that peg 5 was going to be the peg that he wanted, and that's next to Ben in 4. The reason for him picking peg 5 was because he knows that peg quite well, knows the spots, knows it has good winter form, so it seemed like the right choice. So I made the decision at first to sit behind him. I didn't go in a swim or anything like that at the time, and I then noticed that peg 7 was free, or swim 7 as they call it. So I decided that I was going to move into that swim. As I was about to move into that swim, somebody had already jumped into it. So I jumped into 8 for a short period. Managed to set the bivvy up. What I basically did was I pub chucked 3 singles out into the lake for a couple of hours. Then around 2 o'clock, the guy who was in peg 6 decided that he was moving. So what I did is I moved up, packed all my stuff up again, got into peg 6. Noticed that they were showing in peg 6 but long, which, to be honest, I've got 12 foot, 3.25 pound test curve rods. I can accurately fish at around 100 yards, 110, but these were way beyond that at the time. Anyway, the guys across from us, they've been setting their bivvies up and then going to work and then coming back and fishing in the evening. And at that time, they'd started to move back. So they started to put rods out, which for us seemed like they might have moved the fish across to our side of the lake, which helped me massively, because after all that effort of moving and bits and bobs, 35 minutes after, I managed to land myself my first fish of the session, and that was a nice little scaling mirror that hit the net at £27.13. So good start to the session, only 35 minutes after I had my rods in. So I promptly re-got my rods back out on the spots, a few spoms over the top. So as I was getting my rods back out, etc., doing all what I needed to do, Ben's rod screamed off, so it was obvious a pack of fish had started to come through our area, so it was imperative that we got the rods out, got the spoms out and got settled. Anyway, his fish graced the net, and that was a mid-20, a nice mirror. Through the night was pretty quiet, to be honest. I got up this morning, made myself a brew and got the rods ready. We expected frost, so we've only paid for 24 hours as it stands at the minute, because the bailiff expected and anticipated that there might be some frost, but luckily for us, we woke up this morning and it's a lot warmer. When we arrived yesterday morning and we sat in the van in the car park, as you do, we looked on the van and the temperature said it was like -3.5, so we was expecting a freeze. We was worried that the lake might start to freeze. I know we're down south, we get less ice down here than we do up north, but yeah, we was really worried that it was going to freeze over, but luckily for us it hasn't. Right, as the night's drawing in of our second day, what I've found is that, to be honest, today I've not really watched the water, so I haven't got anything to report on what I've seen fish wise. Not seen any fish activity. I've spent most of the day filming media for Parker Baits, so that's took up most of my time, so apologies that this video is going to be quite short. What I have done is, because bite time yesterday was 3:30, I've decided that I'll bring my rods in at 2 o'clock, redone them, done all new rigs. For this session, the rig that I'm using has been the Turbo German rig, basically. And I've been using the Holbow Armour boom with the Holbow Armour size 4 medium curve hook, and then a ring swivel on that, and then flossed on basically one of my original 24/7 wafters that I've had for a long time. But what I've done differently to them, and to be honest, at one point I bought all the stock that was left in the UK of these baits, so they're a bit precious to me in all honesty, and I've only got about half a pot of the pop-ups left, which is a bit gutting. But anyway, my pot of wafters, what I've done is I've sprayed it with the OG Fruit bait spray, and literally after spraying that onto the hook, leaving it for about half an hour, the rod went off yesterday. So a little bit of confidence in that. You know, all week 4 fish have come out from what we've been told off the bailiff, and two of them fish have been from us, so pretty made up with that. But no, today I've put my new fresh rigs out on my Turbo German rigs, and the reason I'm using this Turbo German rig is because what I can do with that rig is when I want to change the bait and the hook, I can have a bait tied on and the hook all set up and everything, and then all I have to do is cut the actual silicone off, change the hook again onto the swivel, and then re-silicone it, and I just blob it down with a lighter and then re-steam my boom, and your rig's fishing again, and it's pretty quick to do, to be honest. So that's the reason I've used that, and I've gone for a boom today in about 5.5 inches. I'm finding that at the minute with shorter hook links, I'm getting better hook holds. So that's my reason for going for the shorter boom this time. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you there with that. And hopefully through the night, we managed to have a fish or two. The wind has been hacking down this way tonight, so that's a good do. It's made it hard for us to get the rods back on the spots with the wind because it was quite strong in your face. But we've managed to get the rods out. I've got 3 rods really tight on the spot on the bush, and hopefully with a decent baiting approach over the top, there might be a chance to just nick that bite. Right, so with very little light to use today, we've had to resort to a little bit of a bivvy shot this evening for your update. So we're having our final brew now before we get our heads down for the night. The rods are out. We've not seen anything, to be honest, and we've not really had... I've had a couple of liners, but that's about it, really. I'm pretty confident, to be honest, though. There is chance that we might nab a bite. You know, it's actually quite mild, so you never know. Hopefully they turn on and come over the bait. What do you think?
That's the main key of this time of year. You've got to be confident, because if you're not, then you know your rigs are on the spot. You know they're fishing on hard bottoms, so... These pegs, 4, 5, 6, 7, they all produce through winter, and they produce all year round, as people a lot know who you fish linear. It's all long distance chucking because you're fishing in the bowl area. You've got to be confident and in it to win it.
That'll probably be it for... Hopefully we get a bit of footage in the middle of the night and we have a fish. Fingers crossed anyway, one of us deserves one more fish because we have worked hard while we've been here. You know, we've not really stopped doing stuff, and the great thing is we're learning every time we come, you know, picking up better skills. As northerners, long range angling isn't something we do. Most of the ponds that we fish, we tend to fish short. It'd be 60-70 yards to an island, or loads of margin fishing. Like a lot of the caravan stuff's margin fishing, so it's good to get out and do that sort of thing. And this year that's what we're looking to improve, so we're going to start coming down here quite regularly now and look to improve our long range game actually, and make that a part of our armoury. But thanks for watching so far, and if you haven't already, if you give this video a little like, and if you could subscribe, that'd be brilliant. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. What I have got from this video is we're going to do a giveaway, and I've been threatening to do this giveaway since we got 500 subscribers, and I've done about 2 or 3 videos that I haven't actually released. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is giving away a Camfleck bait up bag, which is sat at home waiting to go. So all you have to do to be in for a chance to win that bag is be a subscriber and comment down below on this video what your go-to tactic is for winter, be it maggots, worms, whatever. Give us a bit of an insight into what works for you. And anybody who does enter into this competition, we'll put in random draw and you'll win yourself a Camfleck bait up bag. I'll show you what that looks like now, and then yeah, we'll do a draw, and hopefully one of the subscribers is a winner.
And hopefully next time when you see us, we'll have a fish in the net to show you.
Fuck's sake. Thought it was in there, to be honest. So we're just finishing the talk on the video, our final brew, and my left hand rod just screamed off. Unfortunately, I've hit into it and there's been nothing there, so maybe it's a fish that's done me on the rig because we're using big leads, or possibly a trailing line. But I'd have expected if it was a trailing line that all 3 rods would have gone, because I'm so tight on that one spot. Now I'm probably going to have to try and get this back out, which is a bit of a chuck in the night. I've got my horizon marker, so there's a good chance I'll get it out there, but that's fishing that, innit? Absolutely gutted. I thought I was in there, I thought I was having my second fish of the trip. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my horizon marker out there, and I'm going to cast a few spoms over the top. The fish obviously are in the area now, hopefully, so I'm going to try and keep them there. It's not the best doing this in the night, and I think if we have a pack of fish here, they're going to mop my bait up, so I'm going to have to try and put a bit more over the top, and fingers crossed, you know, we might have a bit of action tonight. Right, good morning guys. You join me for what is probably my final brew of the session. I've got up now, it's 6:30 in the morning. We've got to be off for 8 o'clock, so I've got to be back home to get my little lad from school and stuff like that, and it's a bit of a trek for us. It's about 175 mile journey home. So what I'm going to do now is just make my final brew. Through the night I've had a couple of beeps. 2 or 3 times it's from bird life. The birds have decided to sit right in front of where my rods are, but 1 or 2 times it's just been actual liners. So no, I'm a bit gutted that the rods haven't gone, and I expected them to go a bit more. I wonder if maybe my baiting wasn't accurate enough in the night, you know, obviously casting to my horizon marker, but it's one of them things, isn't it? To be honest, I'm really happy that I've managed to scratch a bite while I've been here. And obviously the fish I had, that was a nice fish, not a bad little fish, and it's my first fish of 2022, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I'm off again next week, so hopefully I might be able to get another video in. I'd like to come back down here, but I doubt that's going to be possible with childcare and stuff like that. But that's life, innit? Working, family life and fishing, you got to make that balance right and get the best of all you can, really. That's the thing though, with having a family and a full-time job and things like that, you've got to balance it between your fishing, haven't you? So we'd all like to be out fishing every week, but it's not possible really. But I'm going to start packing down slowly. Just leave the last bits and the essentials and the rods in ready for when I leave. But if I don't come back to you before then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.